Sweet. So what we're going to see here is Lizardmen up against Underworld. So remember that inducements were allowed to be rostered onto these teams. So we are seeing Skitter and Glart Smashrip Jr. hired star players for the Underworld. We're also going to be seeing a Block Claw Troll, a killing Block Mighty Blow Claw piling on Skaven Blitzer, as well as a Mighty Blow Claw Tackle Blitzer. All of the TV going into these killers. And then getting a nice Gutter Runner and another Claw. This is a very kill-heavy Underworld team up against the guard-heavy Sauruses, and let's say quite a few interesting skill choices over on the Lizardman team. They are having, yes, that is a Hail Mary Pass Skink, a Wrestle Break Tackle Saurus, as well as a Tackle Break Tackle Saurus with no block. So a very interesting build coming out from the Lizardmen. They were able to win their first round, both of these teams, so some good things coming out here. Quick Snap enabling the Blitz right off the bat onto the Claw Palm. However, just finding a both down will have to reroll, and only finding a push. The Saurus is now probably in a very bad position in terms of getting smashed by Claw Palm next turn, and then even potentially fouled. I'm gonna see some 3 dice come out of the line. And instantly a KO onto a Goblin. Goblins are just the fodder, though, to keep the Claw on the pitch. So we're gonna see this Goblin not go down to the Croxagore. Sets up a 2 dice onto the Troll, just to push. Gets to try again. This time without block, so a 1 and 9 would be very bad. Just a push. Block dice are not going Kolianx's way on the first turn. As we're going to see a hideously unprotected Mighty Blow Block Saurus at the back. Skink gets the ball with Hail Mary Pass. And then he tries to protect the other Skink from the Tackler. But I think we all know where the the big Blitz is coming this turn. And it's going to be onto this Mighty Blow Saurus in the back. Gets the POW first try, sets up for multiple hits though, which is very smart. You see those claws digging in. Gets a KO. Probably not going to pile onto that. Removed the Mighty Blow from the pitch. First try. Don't foresee the Troll needing to move this turn, so maybe see like a throw right behind him, but I don't think he's going to activate. Doesn't want to risk boneheading or really stupiding and opening up a path to his better players. Now, the rules to have star players on your team were that you had to have a full 11 players before the star players. That's why we do have a bench of 2. And then in addition to that, if the other team that you're playing against has the same star player as you, then the star player plays for neither team in that game. So a little bit of an interesting twist. And we did see quite a lot of inducement underworld teams being submitted to this competition. I believe there were 4 or 5 underworlds chosen. Weather is nice, and the lizards have the +1 fame roll for this game. Caging the ball up and trying to lock down this claw mighty blow tackle with his guard Sauruses. You know, it is a little scary if we do come in and see a blitz onto one of these guys. Though it will be difficult to get the requisite number of assists. Should be able to get an easy 1 dice onto one of them, followed by a 2 dice onto the other if it works. Gonna come in with the Warpstone Troll. Gets the block on the Kroxigor, gets him down. This sets up a way to get 2 assists onto this Saurus. But 1 anti-assist still in play. He was hoping to be able to move this Kroxigor off this spot to be able to get 3 assists in here. And we're just gonna see a both down high 5 coming out of the guy. Can these Sauruses take advantage of their guard presence now? Blitzing in with the wrestle onto Glart, just getting a push. Is able to knock him away so that he can put in an extra assist. No, it's going to keep him on the Saurus. Okay. Still wants to maintain locking down on these players. Can put an extra assist in with the Saurus below onto the Mighty Blow Claw, though. And then moving up the sideline heavily with his skinks. Looks to me like he's going to be placing the ball up here now. Does have break tackle on this Saurus, so it can get away and over here to help out. Break tackle works on a 2. Finds a POW onto the Mighty Blow Claw. Follows up onto the other Claw. A little scary because there is an assist place here, and if he knocks down this Saurus, which he can pretty easily do. I was gonna say, guys, I think this skink might have been better serving to stop the assists here, because there is a chance that all of these Sauruses can get taken down. He is going to be committing these assists in here onto this Saurus to try and hit him. And then go down the line. Ooh, is this a chain push attempt to push Glart onto the ball carrier? This is very spicy choice here. I like it though. I like it a lot. We'll be able to find a 1 dice onto the ball carrier with Galart. Because there are 2 anti-assists here. Can he cut this last one off? Doesn't need to. Finds a POW on the ball carrier. Pushes him to the sideline. Ball goes out of bounds. Oh my god, that ball is in perfect position for the Goblin to snag. Rolls a 1. Will he be able to get the 3+? Pick it up. He will, and he's gonna run away the other direction. GFI's potentially to get out of range? No, just gonna try and screen off the break tackle Saurus from reaching the Goblin. And that was an amazing chain push play. Brought to you by Andriy. I don't think you will see a better play this game than chaining Galart onto the ball carrier, 1-dicing him out of bounds and sneaking away with the ball on an Underworld Goblin. In fact, it has stunned Kolianx so much that he spent 50 of his seconds just thinking what he can do. Okay, so now we're going to try chaining our Saurus with break tackle and wrestle. Further up the pitch. Gonna try and knock down the troll, get him out of the way. Open up a path for the tackle, break tackle, to walk through. As long as he doesn't follow. And now he's able to blitz the ball with the tackle, break tackle, Saurus. Top level play coming out from these coaches. Fails the GFI, however. And one more 1, and we'll see this. Oh, and it is another 1! And I called it. One more 1, and we'll see this Goblin scamper away for a touchdown. Unlucky from Kolianx. However, will this one double 1 as well? Chooses not to do it because it's not necessary, and that is smart. Because all the Sauruses are too far away. And now we're just gonna try and kill things. Kill a skink. Kill Saurus, maybe. Plenty of players to hit here. Maybe even blitz the Kroxigor down with the troll. Potentially good choice. Skink onto the tackle onto the normal Mighty Blow Palmer. And then will we be able to see... Yeah, here's a knockdown onto the Kroxigor. Okay, 1 dice here. 1 dice, the skink away, makes up an assist. Gets a 2 dice now onto the Saurus with Claw Mighty Blow. Pows him. And will we see the Claw Fire? Surprised he didn't follow that onto the skink just to get tackle on it. But, does not break the armor with the Claw Mighty Blow. Galart gonna be taking the block this time. He's still way too many pushes coming out of the Lizard's block dice here. We're going to see them send Sauruses downfield to attempt to deal and force Andriy into the score. This little goblin will have to just waltz it in next turn, I believe. Although, you know, that being said, after some skinks get mauled, potentially. You're gonna see Prehensile Tail trip up that skink. And it injures itself on the trip. Not good news for the lizardmen. Still unable to use their Apo, though, because they are not badly hurt. So only 50-50 shots at getting a skink back. Probably not the best chances. Gets to try and hit down the Kroxigor if he wants. Gets to try and hit down this Saurus if he wants. And then Claw Palm this Saurus if he wants. So lots of choices here. No, we're just going to go with the Claw Palm onto the Kroxigor. Pegging that as the big target. And we're not going to see a break there, and he's just going to waltz the ball in. 1-0 to the Underworld on their defensive drive. Very impressive set of plays to get the ball free onto this goblin. And also a little unlucky from Kolianx to snake the GFI required to hit that goblin. Two skinks injured and Rue for good. Saurus is back from his KO. However, on the other side of the pitch, they still have a bench of one and fielding the full team here. Gonna go with a more wide, less protect formation because there is only 3 turns left in the half. So he is trying to get, trying to force these lizards into a difficult position so they cannot equalize the game at 1-1. We are going to see a lot of the killing power over on the left-hand side of the pitch, though. It'll be interesting to see which direction the lizardmen choose to try and go. With only 2 skinks left, they're running out of players who can handle the ball, though. Looks like he's going to be blitzing with Mighty Blow onto this Claw Mighty Blow tackle. Seems like a decent idea. Both teams gaining an extra reroll. And a very deep kick. Three dices on the goblins, not working out the way he wants them to. This one, however, will. No dice on the removal. Pow coming onto this goblin from the tackle. 2 dice attempt to hit down the troll with the Kroxigor. Gonna blitz the thrower first. Gonna get the pow. Not finding the Mighty Blow onto the Armor 7. It's gonna have a lot of work trying to... Sorry about the yawn there. Sorry, trying to push up the side here in only 1 more turn. And a push there. Unable to take the troll completely off players too because he did move that Bloxsaurus up. So he wasn't able to push backwards. Ball has been retrieved. This is still going to be incredibly difficult to get a skink into scoring position, because there are only 2 of them. Interesting to see where he chooses to claw palm. Although another option would be to run around with Skitter and stab the ball. That could be an interesting choice. So we might just see a general, you know, defensive screen type setup here. We are seeing these lines, these columns here, 2 apart, which means that you are going to have a hard time getting through those. Choosing to blitz with Galart here, just finding some pushes. We'll set up a hit with the troll onto the Kroxigor potentially. Or just make his screen even easier to make. I'm not going to go for any crazy hero play with Skitter here. Although I might like just consider throwing players back at the ball. Yeah, you have Stunty. You might as well get back here and threaten a bit. Yeah, it's opting to go very defensive in this turn. Saurus knocks down the troll. Maybe he'll push past the right-hand side of the pitch because the tackle is on the left-hand side. No luck breaking the armor of these Skaven linemen, though. Will he be able to get a skink into a scoring position and keep it safe? That is the question. Looks like he might be able to get this skink the ball and then put him up here in like a sideline cage or something. We are going to GFI with the ball carrier. Going to use up his reroll, but he still has 1 more left. This skink is in range to score. And we're not going to see these players doing anything. Just going to slow down some of the movement. How will the Underworld try to deal with this skink scoring threat? Remember that screens are a little less effective against skinks because Stunty does enable them to dodge through their tackle zones with no penalties. Blitz is going to be onto this front Saurus with the tackle, with the claw palmer. GFI failure. Reroll. 1 and 9. So Skitter's gonna really have to just come up into here and shore up this diagonal path through. Because that path is 2 dodges, as opposed to needing more. Maybe get this goblin onto the back of the ball carrier just to force him to make 1 extra. Cheeky scoring threat goblin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This goblin's able to get off the tackle and base up from behind. He has kind of cut off with Skitter this path too. Not be surprised if we see a blitz onto this goblin to surf it, and then an attempt to just run up the sideline. Since he does have to make full forward progress with the ball carrier in order to get into the end zone. Crowd decides to maim that poor little goblin. But with only 2 goblins hurt, he's still going to have 11 players guaranteed. Tackle on the scoring threat just in case. Base him from the other side as well. Mighty Blow attempt at the troll. Guard in here and then a hit on the thrower as well. And that's all he has. Now he just has to pray that the skink can get through. Skink does not get through. Skink knocks himself out. And now there's a very real chance that this goblin can score. And that would be the nail in the coffin, I believe, for this game, if this goblin's able to score a touchdown. Now I think the right play is to put the goblin into the end zone and then attempt a long pass with Skitter to get him the ball. Claw Mighty Blow hitting a Saurus, injuring it. Will we see the Apo finally? We will see the Apo as it is a badly hurt, 100% guaranteed to come back. However, there is a Claw Palm hit coming in right after it. Ooh, and we're going to see the Dub Skull come out. That's not what you want to be seeing on these relatively pointless blocks in terms of the score. Not having your reroll now for the catch or dodge away from tackle or GFIs. Still going to try it. Because you might as well. He gets to the end zone. Do you hand off to the thrower and throw with the thrower? Because that guy has a pass reroll. Or just go the whole way with Skitter because he has higher agility? That's a good question. We pick up with the back thrower, hand it off to the front thrower. And then we're going to throw with pass. Animosity will be required here. Animosity succeeds. Pass is inaccurate. Pass rerolls to inaccurate. Does he still catch it? On the bounce! No. Bounces just to the side of the poor little goblin as he is dismayed at his teammates' inability to get him the ball. Still, you have to say that that was a great half for the Underworld team, who come out of the defensive drive up 1-0 on the Lizardmen. Down to just 2 skinks on the pitch with the KO waking up. And a bunch of Saurus. Yep, let's switch ourselves to the Underworld's point of view now, as we see them attempt to claw palm these Sauruses to death. Ball is in play, and a relatively good spot for Skitter to be retrieval, and or a thrower. You see a lot of teams opted to go with a leader for one of their rerolls because it is slightly more TV efficient. Kroxagor taken down with a KO from Galart. Or is that... yeah, that was a troll. Galart took down this guy. So we're just looking at some stuff. So yeah. Can already see the deadliness of this Underworld team coming into play right off the bat. Another try, but just pushes. Sauruses are safe for now. If he can really target these two skinks, however, then he'll really solidify the win in this game. Skitter is going to be the ball carrier of choice on the 2+, and just the general speed of Skitter. Yes, he is a gutter runner, and that's all you need sometimes. Stab and shadowing and prehensile tail. Not as important as just being movement 9, dodge, Agi 4. You see a skink find his way into the backfield. Technically in range of this tackle Mighty Blow. And let's be fair, the Palmer would also like a try at that skink. Mighty Blow continuing to target the AV7 Skaven lineman, this time finding a KO. And the other skinks running into danger zone. I don't know if I like that skink being so close to this tackle claw palm. Well, tackle claw Mighty Blow. Yes, claw doesn't work on skinks, but tackle does. Looks like, however, we're going to go over here to target the Hail Mary pass one. And we're going to do it on a 3 dice with Palm. Gonna find the block. Gonna take him down. Gonna jump onto him. And we're gonna get a KO. And that's good enough to take him off the pitch. Needing all of his skills there. Skitter goes to the sideline where no one can reach him. And we're gonna see some attempts to knock some Sauruses down with Claw. 2 tries, just pushes. If he gets 2 assists in here, he might get a hit onto this Saurus, which could be useful. Looks like that's the plan. I'm just gonna go with the 1 die. Not gonna dodge this goblin over there. Figured that dodging off a tackle was a little too risky for him. Just gonna keep this guy actually in place. Mighty Blow gets to hit the Skaven Thrower for 3. Doesn't take him down. Goblin does his job tying up the Saurus. No follow because that would be onto the Claw. Skink retreating into the backfield because he's the only one left that can pick the ball up, and if he knows if he's targeted, then he's in a big trouble. I'm gonna get some assists in here to hit down the troll potentially. Continuing to target the linemen, who are the weak link, with their armor 7 and no dodge. Ooh, basing up Glart. That's a little spicy. We're only gonna find a push onto the troll. And that indeed is very spicy. 2 potential claw players taking hits at these Sauruses. And another base. There's a lot of claw coming out next turn. And no threat on the ball means he can just sit here and take all this claw. Especially since he doesn't even need to score to win this game. First claw hit. Gonna see a break. Gonna see a stun. Interesting that the Clawpalmer didn't blitz this turn. Just opting to keep the ball relatively safe. Troll doing his job, getting a POW. Stays back to give Glart the extra assist. Glart gets a POW. Glart finds a Kaz. As that is another Saurus taken out of this match. Well, the first Saurus out. Maybe a foul onto the downed one? No, just gonna continue to keep his space over here on the left-hand side of the pitch. He stands up the thrower for more beating. Kolianx obliges. Still not finding any armor breaks. And with only 3 players remaining to actually do things, yeah, this is not looking good for him. Cannot find any knockdowns on these goblins either. The problem with this is that there's just no reason for Andriy to even try to push the ball into the end zone at some point, because he doesn't need it. There's no benefit to winning by more touchdowns. And this skink is just so far away. Like, if you just keep the ball out of range of everyone, you're not going to lose the game. Blitzing in a direction that gets him an extra claw mighty blow hit. Always a very good idea. Doesn't get him either time. Could wrestle him to the floor though. Rerolls it, takes a push. One more hit with just a lineman. I just retreat the ball right now before doing anything else. Just put the ball back here. Safe back there. There's just no reason to keep the ball anywhere close to this break tackle guy. You don't have to. Looks like he has the same idea, just out of range. Yep, just out of range. Finally finds a POW, but not with any of the Claw Mighty Blow. Turns out you don't need Claw Mighty Blow, as he's able to find a stun anyways. Oh, but the Mighty Blow would have KO'd that player. Goes for a big foul on a Saurus with a Goblin. That finds a KO. And not even a send-off. This game is basically over. Oof. Finally getting a removal with his Mighty Blow. One KO over there from that guy. But it's kind of just a little too little, a little too late for the Lizards. As they're probably looking at this guy getting clawed into this guy. Clawed into this guy and then into this guy. So you have 3 attempts to claw this guy down. That's my guess, is that he'll be blitzing from this angle here to hit him into here, hitting him here in this angle to hit him into here. That is the optimal strategy to take this guy down. And we know these guys are great coaches, so they will know how to maximize their blocks in this manner. Doesn't need the second one, will be able to palm it. Jump on him. Finds a KO with the palm. We are now down to just 3 Sauruses and 1 Skink on the pitch. And potentially a foul coming in onto the Wrestle Break Tackle. With a Goblin. And there we have it, a concession from Kolianx. As we were all pretty guaranteed there of the result of that game. So, that is what was necessary. Congrats to Andriy to making it through to the next round.